I know, just by looking at the title, you find that hard to believe. And I don't blame you. I've seen people get into relationships in VR chat before. Even weddings happen there. Many people think of VR chat as a dating app, a game where you pick up chicks. You look at their bios and see all this stuff. No! VR chat is not a dating app. It's still a VR social game. Anything goes. And I mean anything goes. The player base in VR chat has changed throughout the years. It went from a social game where you meet up with randos in different avatars on various worlds, hence the name VR chat. Now when you go to a public world, you see a bunch of samey looking e-boy and e-girl avatars,
which is the opposite of what they really look like.
Either in a group far away from everyone else, or staring at themselves in the mirror playing garbage music. It makes you wonder what's the point in going to public worlds doing that when you can already make private instances to begin with. There are a few apps dedicated to VR dating, believe it or not. Nevermet and Flirtual are prime examples. They're Tinder but in the metaverse!
I hate the sound of that.
One day I was playing some online matches and then I heard a Discord notification about a video talking about Nevermet. My initial reaction was, the fuck? I watched the video and decided to give it a shot, mainly out of curiosity and I've been single my whole life. I'm a 30-year-old boomer now.
Throwing flashbang.
Nevermet! You can only use this on your phone or mobile emulators. You set up a profile, then you list your preferences, like, pass, and there goes your daily swipes. There is a way to get more swipes and to see who likes you through premium. Oh hell no! 20 bucks per month? You can get verified, but I choose not to because I don't like to share too much personal information. Most of my matches weren't verified anyway, so there's barely an increased chance to get more matches or not. I was able to meet up with a few of my matches on VR chat, but only once. I'll address the issues much later. Flirtual! This actually came before Nevermet, the same year I started doing VR chat. When I started to get dry on swipes on Nevermet, I found out about Flirtual through word on Twitter. This one you can use either on your PC or a phone on an internet browser. Either way, same shit as before. Flirtual has more options to spice up your profile than Nevermet. Kinda reminds me of those MySpace profiles back in the mid-2000s. Yeah, remember that existed? You're able to upload pics of your avatar on your PC instead of sending them to your phone and then to the app itself like you're trading Pokemon. At least the price for premium isn't as bad as Nevermet, but I still don't bother doing that. I'll admit, it's a pretty neat concept, a common app that's combined with a niche space. You've been there. Large crowds in a public world yet not a single soul notices you, senpai. Or you're just a shy guy that doesn't have the will to talk to a girl, even in VR. But trying to get a date on these platforms is another story. My issue with these dating apps is that most people invalidate the purpose of these apps.
Not for dating. Almost every day, at least 40 out of 50 profiles I get to see are just looking for friends. Out of the remaining 10, it's lucky for even one of them to be looking for something serious and not just a hookup or ERP.
When I use this app, I thought I will find Sona, but you got 2 hits on this app, and the first hit she is already taken, and the second hit she only on the app to make friends since I don't get hit. It's a dating app. It should only be dating, not to meet more friends, and I think if you are already taken, you don't need that app. This happens quite often, unfortunately. Why go to a dating app if you're not wanting a relationship in the first place, especially if you're already taken or married? Going to a dating site without the intent to date is like going to a restaurant without ordering food. Yes, you can make friends there. After all, friendship is the first and most important step in getting into a relationship. You can't just skip ahead and expect an instant happy ending. But you can make friends anywhere else. It doesn't have to be a dating app. They're there to waste a swipe, to clout. Flirtual also has the homie option for that, but come on. I didn't meet my friends Gavin and Jimmy through a fucking dating app. I met them through an Uno world, and here we are now. Kind of ironic how people in VR chat treat the game like it's a dating app, yet on the other hand, the people who use these dating apps go, friends only. They should play each other's game. Switcheroo that shit. As for ERP partners, not everyone's a horny pervert. I've had experience with that shit.
For all the wrong reasons.
Catfish. Catfishing can happen anywhere. I spotted many of them that didn't even try to hide it. When someone asks me to be their boyfriend the moment I get matched, I know that's a catfish. They'll lie about their age, appearance, and personality. On Flirtual, it's more common than mobile game sponsors and videos. Nevermet has a verification option for that reason, since so many people got catfished there. And lastly, polyamorous relationships. I don't fuck with that shit, period. To me, it's no different than cheating on your spouse. Got a plan B or even C just in case A goes wrong? Or maybe just a collection. And they will white knight that behavior if it's the last thing they do. If I end up in a poly relationship, I'd be like Michael DeSanta in his Mission Marriage Counseling.
I'm paying that turd $150 an hour to fuck my wife in my own bed?
Michael, go away!
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. She said you had an arrangement.
Speaking of sponsors, this video is sponsored by this piece of shit mobile game that you'll drop after 5 minutes. No, just kidding. No sponsor. This video is not sponsored at all. You'll burn through swipes faster than you know it. Eventually, you'll have less than 15 swipes whether you like or pass. This screen shows up often. On Flirtual, it's even worse. The site itself is jank. You can swipe 5 times or god forbid once, and then it will tell you you've run out of swipes and you'll have to wait another day. There are some days where I've run out of profiles despite not swiping at all. A different message letting you know you scraped the bottom of the barrel would be helpful. Even though I set up my preferences, it still shows me profiles that are the opposite of what I want. I'm not really into furries. I don't want to star in an episode of 90 Day Fiancé. Trans? I don't judge, but not my preference either. I've had a handful of matches throughout my time using these apps. However, as I said earlier, I was able to meet a few of them only once. Half of my matches didn't respond or meet my preferences. Some of them I managed to add their Discord, but some of them can't hold a conversation. I've had a handful of interesting matches worth noting. One match had me go through a bunch of hoops just to get her Discord. Some of them had bizarre text on their Discord names. Another one I had a pleasant conversation in VR chat, but removed me after the meetup. One I liked a lot because she played the Legend Dragoon, my all-time favorite game, but ended up being taken. Story of my life. Oh man, I could have used Final Burst if you know what I mean. There was one person who was just straight up rude. Sadly, none of my matches managed to stick around after a few days. Sometime after I started using the app, there was a segment on their social media which was a bachelor type of interview show. I signed up for it out of curiosity. Surprisingly, I was selected. I accidentally deleted the message on Discord saying I was in, assuming it was spam. The host of the show reached out to me and I got on VR chat. It took a while because the host was busy interviewing other people. I did the interview where I picked a world what would be nice for a VR date. The one where I got wasted and violated. The interview was on TikTok of all places. The odd thing about that, besides the obnoxious subtitles that most TikTokers use, I was just called Hyper. Without the two-faced man. Despite the cringe on my part, it was still worth it. There's also their Discord groups, not too different from browsing the app. Nevermet's Discord server has a matchmaking bot channel. It doesn't work that great, despite being an early build. 90% of the time you'll get no information, not even a name, just random pictures that are unrelated to their VR avatars. You see people's introductions in the intro channel, but some insist on repeating their introductions over and over and over. You scroll down and it's the same profile 5 posts ago. I understand you're updating it, but at least delete the other post, or better yet, wait for another week so you can be considered towards newer people. The same could be said with Ask for DMs. Speaking of repeating like a broken record, a lot of these introductions have the same dislikes as everyone else. We get it! Racism is bad, phobia is bad, fake is bad, toxicity is bad. Instead of being generic, here's a list of other things that are dislike worthy. They run events once in a while. Most of them are DJ events, which aren't really my cup of drink. Aside from DJ events, they also do game events such as mini golf and card games. It's a better way to get everyone together because it's more involved other than, you know, loud noises. Either way, you'll end up seeing more guys than girls.
Kazuma-san, she's a guy!
As a matter of fact, most of the user base are straight dudes who are looking. Just like me. And you. Yeah, these dating apps, man, I don't know, I just keep trying and trying and trying, you know? Maybe there's no hope for me, or Oh. Well, I know what to do next.
20 minutes later.
Alright, hey, how you doing? Man, I'm kind of nervous, so, how you doing?
Joke's on you. I'm a 13-year-old boy. You just got baited, bitch.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see more of my stuff, subscribe to this channel and hit the bell. Okay, thanks, bye.